Over the years, John Deere has been a symbol of American agricultural innovation and resilience. The green and yellow machines have become iconic staples on farms across the nation, helping farmers sow, cultivate, and harvest with precision and efficiency. Yet in recent times, the company has found itself at the center of a heated debate. What began as an effort to embrace diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, has spiraled into a controversy that many say has alienated its core customer base, which is rural farmers. Let's take a closer look at John Deere's journey with DEI, the controversies surrounding its policies, and what the controversies around its policies mean for the brand. In 2022, John Deere announced that diversity, equity, and inclusion would be among its highest corporate priorities. The company implemented various DEI programs, including mandatory sensitivity training and initiatives aimed at fostering greater representation within its workforce. These efforts seemed like a step in the right direction for a modern corporation. But to many farmers, the DEI push came across as out of touch with their realities. The rural farming community is diverse in its own way, but is often resistant to top-down mandates that don't directly address their day-to-day struggles. Farmers began questioning why John Deere seemed more focused on corporate image than solving tangible issues such as rising equipment costs, repair restrictions, and supply chain delays. This sentiment was further fueled when John Deere announced it would be auditing its training materials to remove any socially motivated messages and scaling back on cultural awareness events. The move, perceived as an attempt to course-correct, failed to calm critics on either side of the aisle. Farmers who had felt alienated saw the initial DEI push as a betrayal, while others criticized the rollback as catering to conservative backlash. At the heart of the issue lies a growing disconnect between John Deere and the farmers it serves. Rural farmers, many of whom have relied on the brand for generations, feel the company's priorities have shifted away from supporting their livelihoods. They argue that the focus on DEI initiatives distracts from more pressing concerns, such as affordability, equipment repairability, and data privacy. For years, farmers have voiced frustration over John Deere's restrictive repair policies. The introduction of proprietary software in the company's machinery has made it nearly impossible for farmers to perform their own repairs. Instead, they are forced to rely on authorized technicians, leading to higher costs and longer wait times. This, combined with thin profit margins already strained by climate change and fluctuating commodity prices, has left many farmers feeling squeezed. Adding to their concerns is the increasing collection of data by John Deere's modern machines. While the company claims this data is used to improve products and services, farmers worry about who ultimately controls this information. Some fear their data could be monetized or used in ways that don't benefit them, further eroding trust. The backlash against John Deere's perceived wokeness has been swift and unrelenting. Farmers across the country have expressed their discontent through online forums, social media campaigns, and even calls to boycott the brand. One farmer remarked, "John Deere was supposed to be on our side. Now it feels like they're catering to everyone but us." This sentiment reflects a broader cultural backlash against corporations seen as prioritizing social justice over their core missions. The criticism isn't confined to John Deere. Tractor Supply Company was criticized for canceling pride events and reducing diversity efforts. This has people talking about whether businesses should focus on social issues or just their work. Critics of John Deere's DEI initiatives argue that the programs were poorly implemented and out of touch with the realities of rural America. They contend that while diversity and inclusion are noble goals, they must be balanced with practical solutions that address customer needs. On the other hand, proponents of DEI point out that fostering an inclusive workplace can lead to innovation and long-term success. They argue that diversity isn't just about ticking boxes. It's about bringing different perspectives to the table, which can drive better decision-making. However, the challenge for John Deere lies in bridging this divide. The company must find a way to reconcile its commitment to inclusivity with the practical concerns of its core customer base. In response to the backlash, John Deere has attempted to clarify its stance. The company stated that diversity quotas and pronoun identification were never part of its policy, emphasizing that its DEI efforts were aimed at fostering a respectful workplace. However, this clarification did little to quell the outrage. Critics argue that the company's actions speak louder than its words. The decision to scale back DEI initiatives, while welcomed by some, is seen by others as a reactive measure rather than a proactive effort to rebuild trust. Adding fuel to the fire, John Deere recently announced plans to relocate part of its operations to Mexico. For many American farmers, this move feels like a betrayal. The company, long viewed as a symbol of American agricultural resilience, is now perceived as prioritizing profits over loyalty to its roots. The controversy surrounding John Deere's DEI initiatives reflects a broader cultural and political divide in America. The rise of campaigns against corporate wokeism has emboldened conservative activists to target companies perceived as pandering to progressive ideals. From boycotts of Bud Light to criticism of Disney's inclusivity efforts, the pressure on corporations to tread carefully in these debates is mounting. For John Deere, the stakes are particularly high. As a company that serves rural America, a demographic often skeptical of progressive social agendas, it must navigate these cultural tensions with caution. To rebuild its relationship with farmers, John Deere must prioritize transparency and customer engagement. This includes addressing long-standing concerns about repair restrictions and data privacy. Farmers want to feel empowered, not controlled by the tools they use. By easing restrictions and providing greater access to repair tools and software, John Deere could restore trust and demonstrate its commitment to its customers. The company must also rethink its approach to DEI. Rather than viewing inclusivity as a checkbox exercise, John Deere should focus on initiatives that align with its core mission of supporting farmers. For example, it could invest in programs that promote workforce diversity in agriculture or provide resources to help underrepresented groups succeed in farming. Additionally, John Deere must balance its global strategy with its American identity. While expanding operations overseas may make business sense, the company must also invest in initiatives that support local communities in the U.S. This could include job training programs, scholarships for agricultural students, or partnerships with rural schools. John Deere's experience offers valuable lessons for other corporations. First, it highlights the importance of understanding one's customer base. Companies must ensure that their initiatives align with the values and needs of their stakeholders. Second, it underscores the risks of adopting policies perceived as performative. Authenticity is key. If a company commits to DEI, it must back those commitments with tangible actions that drive meaningful change. Finally, it demonstrates the need for proactive communication. By engaging with customers and addressing concerns head-on, companies can avoid the pitfalls of reactive decision-making. For rural farmers, this isn't just about equipment. It's about livelihood, heritage, and the values that define their way of life. For John Deere, it's an opportunity to realign with those values and chart a path forward that honors its legacy while embracing the future. If you found this video informative, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.